What up, everyone? Kind of excited about this video, actually. A little more cheerful than the last one, I think. Because just the other day, I bought Family Dollar a 6-pack or 5-pack of Dirty Harry movies for $10. $2 a piece for Dirty Harry. I felt like I was shoplifting. Just like a San Francisco looter. Anyway, how funny they all take place in San Francisco. So, we're researching this. So I wasn't just enjoying the films, I was watching the special features, and I learned a lot. See, the first one was made in 1971. Spoilers ahead, guys. All right, the movie's 52 fucking years old. The fifth one came out 3 years after I was born, and I just turned 38. So, sorry. I feel like I can go ahead and give some details. If you don't want them, stop this. Go watch them now. Come back, all right, and hear me out. But this was very interesting. First one came out in 1971, right at the end of the Vietnam War. Guess what was the hot topic being protested? Police brutality. Police brutality all over, and especially in San Francisco. Boy, times really change a place, huh? So, not only that, but movies at the time had being talked about for having overly feminized men. Earlier that year or the year before, the biggest movie of the year was Dog Day Afternoon with Al Pacino. So this was 1970, over 50 years ago. And they didn't have the word woke back then, but get this, Dog Day Afternoon has a guy, not a real criminal, just a poor down on his luck schmuck beaten by the system, who's robbing a bank to get the money to pay for his boyfriend's transgender surgery. Yes. This was a plot in a 1970 film, and apparently, movies were just full of these overly feminized guys back then. So, out comes motherfucking Inspector Harry Callahan of San Francisco Hollywood Division. And if you haven't seen it, the first one has a liberal, feminine, loser, psycho killer called Scorpio, based off the Gemini killer loosely. He kills people differently, but he takes pleasure in others' pain, but whenever somebody does something back to him, poor me, poor me. It's like a certain Snow White actress wishing death upon people on Twitter or X, whatever, all the time. And then when people turn on her and say, "You're a real bitch," she comes out with a shirt, "No more tears to cry. Oh, poor me." Liberals, this, again, another reason I left the party. They love to talk about their pain while they strike you. Just remember that. And so, yes, Harry finds this guy. He keeps killing people. And then, Scorpio, not Harry, and demanding ransom from the city. So I'll only stop if you pay me this much. Harry's on the case. There is a scene where some black guys try to rob a bank. Harry shoots them. There's one survivor. And according to, Splice Today, super racist, because one of the poor bank robbers that killed the guards, for just some money, they're probably down on their luck, Aladdins, was wounded, and he was going for a shotgun, and that's when Harry gives him the iconic, "I know what you're thinking, punk. Did he fire 5 shots, or all 6, or only 5? The question you got to ask yourself is, do you feel lucky?" And this article, this Splice Today, hang on, I'm going to wait on the author. It's good, trust me. I was blown away. He torments and tortures and humiliates the poor wounded bank robber that just killed a guard for some money. He's probably just trying to feed himself, Black people got it rough, that sort of thing. And so it mentioned, I just watched these movies, it mentions in the article when Scorpio's killing people, the first victim, a white woman, say, "We're going to start patrolling," the article mentioned that twice, "We're going to start patrolling, we're going to look at rooftops in black neighborhoods." But it leaves out the fact Scorpio was threatening to kill a gay black man. So that's why the cops went to the black neighborhoods to try and prevent the murder of a gay black man. Yes, the article left that out twice, surely by accident, not trying to spin or push an agenda on you. So, eventually that doesn't work. He kidnaps a 14-year-old girl. Harry catches him, shoots him in the leg, knowing the girl could die any minute, steps on the bullet wound, twists it around, makes him, until the guy coughs up the information. She's been dead. And because he did that, and in our article from Splice Today, and even in, what was the other one, Slash TV's, it was very very troublesome that he would torture a man who killed a white woman, black man, and now kidnapped a 14-year-old. It's very troublesome that he would cause him pain to find out where the 14-year-old girl is in an attempt to save her life. So, and this is just pure porn, that you want to get rid of rights and stuff that are there to protect the innocent. And so anyway, I get to the end of this article. Guess who wrote it? Noah Berlatsky, everybody. That's right. The guy I spoke about on my previous video that the media has been quoting a lot on Sound of Freedom, who's been pushing the agenda that we need to decriminalize pedophilia, lower the age of consent, lower sentences for pedophiles, not use the word pedophile, but MAP, minor attracted person. Yes, Noah Berlatsky, that's the man who calls Clint or Dirty Harry a fascist. But people at the time did too. There were actually stickers that said Harry Callahan is a dirty pig at the time. But check this out. 2 years later, the sequel comes out, 1973, Magnum Force. And its plot is about 4 officers gone rogue. They are just pulling up and shooting people in the face. And they try to get Harry to join them. And Harry says, I'm not going to fucking join you. Yeah, Perp pulls a gun on me, I'll blow him out of his socks. But I'm not just going to walk up behind somebody and shoot him in the back of the head. Nobody hates the bureaucracy more than me. I know it's a pain in the ass to an honest cop. But it's there for a reason to keep us honest. None of these people want to talk about that. And that's why Harry had to put down these 4 vigilante cops, because they were breaking the law. They were cold-blooded murderers. They weren't targeting just criminals. They were killing in cold blood. Harry will arrest you. He arrested Scorpio. He arrested, that last poor guy he humiliated. No, he let him live. He let him live because the guy pushed his gun away. So he arrested him. He only kills you if you're trying to kill him. And so that's why he had to put down the 4 vigilante cops. And so, in the next one, Magnum Force. Or no, excuse me. Enforcer. 1976. God, again, I don't remember the group's names in the movie, but just for this video, we're going to call one group BLM, which is led, by the way, by the same actor who was the bank robber in the first one, and a pimp that was killed by the vigilante cops in the second. I know Clint likes working with the same guys, but it was funny having the same guy in 4 movies, and he comes back as his partner in the 4th one. Anyway, that's a side rant, but it's pretty funny. But in this group, we'll just call one BLM, the other Antifa. And Antifa's going around, causing some ruckus. They've killed some people, stolen weapons, doing some damage. And Eastwood goes and talks to the BLM guy, gets info on him, and the cops, the rest of the force, comes in and says, no, Harry, we got him, you can't do that. And Harry's like, what are you doing, you dumbasses? These are peaceful protesters. You got to go over here and get these bad guys. And so, and of course, Harry stops him in the end. So, and that one divided both sides. So the left hated Harry after the original because he tortured a suspect who was a pseudo hippie beta male. And in the second one, he pissed off the conservatives, the far-right conservatives. Said, what, they made Harry a hippie commie because he stopped 4 vigilantes that were murdering people. And then in the third one, everybody hated him. Oh, also in the second one, Magnum Force. Yes, before Harry knows they're vigilantes, he sees them at the firing range. They're all ex-special forces from Vietnam. He's very impressed by their skills and their dedication and their positive attitude on the job. And Harry likes them. And one of the other old detectives on the force says, yeah, they were so close in the academy. There were rumors they were queer. And Harry just looks at him and says, well, if the rest of you are half as good at your job as they are, I'd want the whole department to be queer. And so again, that pissed off the conservatives. So 1976, Enforcer, the left was mad because he should have left both groups alone. The right was mad because he should have fucking got them both. Even the peaceful protesters. So that was it for Dirty Harry, and I just thought that was funny. I did not know all that. I did not know it was so controversial at the time. And watching these now, and learning all the controversy and how the left hated it for this and the right hated it for that. The right was calling him a commie. The left was calling him a fascist. Oh, man, it was good stuff. Sudden Impact, you take a big break from the politics. I really don't think there's any representation in any group. But again, one thing I've learned just through doing theater and writing scripts and from people much more talented than myself, like the Critical Drinker, is the storytelling. And one thing I got to give praise to the Dirty Harry series for. I like Lethal Weapon, I like Beverly Hills Cop, I like Die Hard, but one thing that separates Harry from all those is those guys are all the same people in every movie. It's the same thing, just more explosions, the bad guy has a different style of martial arts. He's either a big strong guy or a little martial artist, or he kicks a lot, whatever. In each of the Dirty Harry films, you find another layer to Harry. In the third one, he gets a female partner. And San Francisco had just started allowing women to work homicide. So they put that in the movie, that he gets a female partner. And of course he doesn't want to at first, but by the end of the movie he really respects her. I already mentioned the line about the homosexual. He's like, I wouldn't care. As long as they're good at their job, who cares? And then in Sudden Impact, though, again, you get away from all that, and he says, but the one complaint I have about that is, like, all of them have some action sequence in the beginning. Harry walks into a crime in progress, or he's just driving down the street when there's a bank robbery or shooting, or hitman trying to get him for some mob boss he put away who has a hit out on him. Sudden Impact has like 5, maybe 6 of those scenes that have nothing to do with the main story. And it was just like, I mean, it got laughable at a certain point, to be honest. But we see in that one, again, with the vigilantism, Harry is forced to take a vacation to Sao Paulo. There's a serial killer on the loose, and they're killing some of the locals. Harry finds out it's a lady who, her and her sister, were gang raped as teenagers by a couple of the degenerate locals in that town. She's come back for revenge and she's killing them. But this is different than the cops, right? This isn't just cops shooting the strangers because they think they're bad. This is a lady who was wronged and did not get justice. So at the end, it was so cool. You know, the guy takes her gun, holds her hostage. Of course, Harry blows him away. And the cops come up and say, hey, look, we found this gun in his belt. It matches the bullets to the victims. And she's like, oh, great. Is Harry going to turn me in? And Harry says, because they're like, they sell crack or heroin or whatever. And he says, looks like he got greedy. He wanted to keep all the shares for himself. And she's like, what? You know, and she looks at him. So you don't think we'll see any more of these murders, Inspector? No. He looks at her and tells her, it's over. Like, hey, I'm letting you go because you were wronged and you didn't get the justice you deserve, but don't kill anyone else or I will come after your ass. Fifth one, what can I say? The fifth one was my least favorite of the series, but I like the relationship between him and his partner was awesome. I like that it shows them being bros. You know, they're at the gym, hitting the bags, hitting the weights. They're doing road work together. They're staying in shape, being badasses. And I wish Sudden Impact, that actor I mentioned was the bank robber in the first one, the pimp in the second one, the leader of BLM in the third one, his partner in the fourth. He seems so cool, and it shows them, you know, giving each other some shit at the range while they're both wasting targets. And I just wish you cut back on all those pointless crime in progress. Like, not every store in San Francisco needs to be currently being robbed whenever Harry walks into them, all right? There shouldn't be a hitman around every corner. You know, cut out that. I would have given the partner more time, but what can you do? Otherwise, still an awesome movie. But anyway, I just thought that was great. This, again, the political one, 71, 73, 76. Part of me was like, wow, I was down for a second. I was like, wow, hairstyle changes, clothes change, technology changes, but people at their core really don't change. They're always going to go pick this side or this side and just hurl shit back and forth to whoever's on the other side. That's why I got out of politics. But the plus side, though, that made me feel better was like, doesn't matter as that pendulum swings to the left and to the right. If you don't like the current state that America is in, Be patient. It'll always swing back, hopefully, to somewhere in this gray area, where that's where I prefer it. I would prefer it here, not here, and I don't want it here, but right there. So, yeah, I mean, it really is a case study in human behavior and how we never really change over time. Whether that's negative or positive, I guess that depends on how you look at it. I'm going to try to look at it as a positive. And anyway, I hope I got a new dog. She was abused. So I'm trying to be quieter. I hope the audio comes through. I'm trying not to get as excited as I sometimes get talking about these things. But she needs patience. But anyway, guys, gals, possibly, I hope you learned something today. I sure did. I might put the first one back in. I watched them all last week. I might just start over again and watch them again, see what else I notice. But anyway, you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend.